Qatar World Cup has provoked strong, often conflicting reactions in many people. When Qatar won the rights to host the tournament, there was a feeling of incredulity from football fans around the world. How could a tiny Persian Gulf state host such a large tournament? Since winning the rights, Qatar has been surrounded in controversy over corruption allegations surrounding the bid itself, over the poor treatment of the migrant workers building the World Cup's infrastructure, and over the general lack of human rights and democracy in the country. But there is a wider story, which isn't a story just about these things, but a story about oppression. A story in which female and gay individuals are continually pushed down by the media and the state. This is called agenda setting, and it is ripe within the media. In 1972, Maxwell McCombs defined agenda setting as the ability of the news media to influence the importance placed on the topics of the public agenda. Where else better highlights this than in Qatar's recent group stage match between Portugal and Uruguay, in which a supporter ran onto the pitch holding an LGBT flag and wearing a t-shirt stating "Save Ukraine" and "Respect for Iranian women." UK and European-based outlets instantly reported this and pushed articles showing his safe release after his arrest. However, Qatari outlets such as Al Jazeera barely covered the story, as displayed here by this article. This is a prime example of agenda setting in which the state-sponsored media refuse to openly acknowledge the problems at this World Cup that are being highlighted by individuals. One of these problems is the treatment of women at the World Cup, especially highlighted by this story of the Iranian woman who was denied entry to see her team play against the USA. Iranian fans have made many political demonstrations towards their own government through this World Cup, most of which have been applauded by the media as shows of force. However, Qatari officials and security at the World Cup have made a habit of allowing men to protest but banning women from taking part. Before the match, video footage emerged of a female Iranian fan being told she was not allowed entry to the stadium due to her shirt. The Iran supporter was wearing a shirt emblazoned with the words "Women, Life, Freedom," alongside an image of Masha Amini, a 22-year-old Kurdish woman whose death in custody of Iran's morality police sparked anti-government protests across Iran. However, her male counterparts, also wearing the shirt, were allowed entry and allowed to hold their protests. Yet again, Al Jazeera, the state-owned network, failed to even report on this. A Human Rights Watch report in 2021 found that women living in Qatar are living under a system of deep discrimination through a system of government that means women are often dependent on men for permission to marry, travel, pursue higher education or make decisions about their own future. It is not a safe environment for women. However, Qatar outlets state the opposite of this. The Peninsula, a Qatar newsletter, used an article by an unnamed British woman, a 19-year-old student, who reportedly stated how much better Qatar is than England, how much more abuse she suffers back home than when visiting Qatar. Since writing the article, the individual has been given many special experiences in Qatar, including meeting ex-famous players such as Rio Ferdinand and Brazilian legend Cafu. Make of that what you will. FIFA officials have defended Qatar's human rights issues and the treatment of women in the country time and time again. Just recently, FIFA President Infantino accused the critics of Qatar of staggering hypocrisy and racism. The speech began by saying, "Today I feel Qatari, today I feel Arabic, today I feel African, today I feel gay, today I feel disabled, today I feel like a migrant worker." Infantino went on to claim that Western nations were in no position to give morality lessons to Qatar given their past and current behaviour. "We've been told many, many lessons from some Europeans, from the Western world," he said. "I think for what we Europeans have been doing for the last 3,000 years, we should be apologising for." The Al Jazeera news network were quick to report and praise this speech, unlike the speeches from their critics. Qatari news networks are more than happy to push their agendas through the World Cup and the media, using the sport we know and love as a shield to cover the corruption allegations, the abhorrent treatment of women and gay individuals, and lack of human rights and democracy in the country. Agenda setting at its finest.